V'hine Yosef zach l'zeh al tzedakah. Now Yosef merited to be beyond the bad eye through giving tzedakah. He was the mashbir. So gamkin inyan v'nasnu kofer nafsho chulu, and this is also the concept of that in Parshas Sisa we gave a atonement for our soul by the counting that we should be beyond counting that that through the half shekel we should have this concept. We should draw down the eyes of Hashem to the tzaddikim, the eina of atik, the hashkacha from above, and automatically from the light that comes from the eyes of Hashem. So that is misama eini achitzonim, is going to blind the eyes of the other side, and so the bad eye cannot rule over us, God forbid. Chas v'shalom. Zeu inyan hivesir Hashem imcha kol choli. Zu ein chulu. That's what our sages said, that Hashem is going to remove from you all sickness. This refers to the bad eye. That is through the watching over. Hashem was watching over us with the eyes of Hashem to the righteous. And all your nation is righteous. Look what it says on the verse in Shiur, the Mamar, on my dove, within the crevice of the rock, show me your countenance. So it's also a concept of a vision. Kitzer kol ha'over, we talked about the concept of anyone who passes over bayam, the counting. This refers to the sea, the almadiskas of yiru es, and that we feared Hashem directly, not me Hashem. Ad yavoram chavai, we talked about until you pass. Havaya, tzedakah teromim goy, we talked about how tzedakah elevates the nation. That tzedakah is a concept of lifting up, so to nasos rosh, lifting up to the counting in yinto, the lifting up to the almadiskasya, the counting goes up to the higher level. In yintov ayin v'inyan ra'ayin, we talked about the good eye and the bad eye, and nevuah nikra re'iyah v'ayin, and how nevuah is called vision and the eye. B'Yosef ali ayin. And then Yosef was beyond the eye of Alkin Vidgulrov B'Karav Art, so therefore he was like a fish in multitude in the midst of the land, that within the Almadiskaya he was like a fish of Almadiskasya. And something covered over, the eyes can't gaze upon. Vain Mashakazaval Pasuk Ein Bain Nira Ata Hashem, and look what it says in the verse. The Tzemach Tzedek adds that eye to eye we will see you, Hashem. That I will see, that within prayer there's two concepts of ayin, amischabim yachad, that unite together, eye to eye. Ayin b'siddur b'dibur hamaschil shishis yomim tochel matzos, and look in the Mamar, in the siddur, about 6 days you shall eat matzos. The first Mamar, and it's biorim. Kitzer, Od Kitzer, another Kitzer. Eser Aleph Ace Eser spheres Yishmem Dalad Bechinos. The 10 spheres have 4 concepts. Beis Hamusi B'Mitzbar de Eser Spheros. That he takes them out. So the word sphere has 4 explanations. He takes them out in number to the 10 spheros. Mona Mispar Kochavim. He gives accounting to the stars. Gimel, we talked about Merov Onim Chulu Ish Lo Nedar, and nobody's missing. Eshadar Kolim knows that there's this concept of something that it's usually counted. Like the things that are called precious. Dalet, we talked about Valderach, Hamisaper b'nei Shemos Gimel Avos, Hamispar b'nei Shemos, so to the number of souls, that we have 3 Avos, Yud Shvatim, 12 tribes, Ein Nefesh, and 70 soul, Samech Riboy, and 600,000. There's all the different numbers by Yisrael, of Yisrael, Perishki Sisa, and the explanation of what it means to lift up the head. Umispar Zegorem Hashas Hashchina, and this number causes for the divine presence to rest. Al derech hashras or Ein Sof B'Eser Sfiros, like the like the dwelling of the infinite light in the 10 spheres. So to Hashem rests in the number of Bnei Yisrael through their being lifted up and into by their mispar. Because the mispar of Bnei Yisrael is a yakar, makes them precious, similar to the concept of the spheros that are 10 in comparison to all the multitudes of creation below them, that they're a higher concept, therefore they're lower in number, and they're meaning to say that they're specifically counted. Es shadar kol limnos, and not kol shadar kol limnos. V'chein ein davar shebekadusha pachos miyud, and how there's nothing in holiness that less than 10. V'akushya harei lefamim ein habracha shura b'davar hamonoi, and we ask the question, don't we know that something that's counted, the blessing does not rest upon it as kol. Let me explain the difference between es shadar kol limnos and kol shadar kol limnos. Ve'ulai mispar zem meiser me'eser sfiros the klippus nogan. Maybe this concept of kol that the Tzaddik adds in this kitzer, that this number of kol, this is the 10 spheres of klippus noga, that just like you have the S, which is the 10 spheres of kedusha, so we have the kol, which is the 10 spheres of klippus noga. What is a kol? Vav alma diskasya v'alma diskalya. So you have the hidden world and the revealed world. Yeshchi burbeis hamadregos. You have uniting the 2 levels of the hidden and the revealed. Vaz habracha shora, and then you can have the blessing rest on the counting. And how is that in order to reveal the hidden into the revealed, you have to reveal a level that's higher than both of them. Like he brought and this is to the number being the other definition of sapir, language of shining and brilliance. Sefer, and also the language of the book. That when it's in the language of the book, so it's a concept of where's the author of this book, meaning it's drawing from Keser. And look in the Mamar Shuvei Yisrael concerning the concept of the 10th that cannot be moved. Zayin, with tzedakah teromim, we talked about how tzedakah lifts up, ayin tov, ayin ra, inyan tov, ayin v'ra ayin. We talked about the good eye and the bad eye, inyan ali ayin, the concept of beyond the eye, like Yosef. V'hine, now, Mamar, Shinas Borli Il Space Gimel, in the 2nd and 3rd parak of the Mamar, move and sheish bebechinas mispar bechina shu chesron. It's understood that there's a concept of counting which is a lack, which is a negative idea, bechinas shu shevach, and there's a concept of a number which is a praise, like es shadar kol limnos and kol shadar kol limnos, bechina shu chesron. So this concept of the lack in the counting, because the number is the concept of the finite. It's incomparable to something that's beyond counting. It's confined and it's counted and it's measured. So something beyond that is certainly much greater. So the counting has a lack. And also how the counting is the revealed world. And the concept of counting which is praised, like something that's very precious, Shesofri moso tamid, like that you count continuously. Because it's precious, therefore you count it. It's exactly the opposite. It's because it's precious that it gets counted. And we can say the first concept, the negative, is because of the many letters and the flipping of the letters, as it's the descent of Kalim. Look in the holy letters in the Tanya. And we can say for the second counting that the reason is because it's not from the language of counted, but it's from the language of, it's also from the language of an Evan Sapir, a brilliant stone and a shining stone, or because it's a concept of the book and the story that draws down from Ayasofer, from who is the author.